good evening. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone? It's good to be here. I'm Gretchen, and you are here for story and art, and mainly stories tonight, although the stories that I present are picture books with wonderful art and proof positive that picture books are for adults too. And I am glad to be here with my bucket fillers that are regular viewers. And if you're new to this or listening later, thanks so much for coming to hear story time. Hi, Linda. How are you tonight? Thanks for being here. And my wonderful moderator, I appreciate her so much. Oops, what did I just do? Did I just knock? I did. I knocked the desk. And there's Tamara. I knocked the desk and it made the camera go jiggle jiggle. So yes. So tonight I have a couple of books. Tamara, how are you doing? By the way, down there, getting chillier there in Australia in Tomorrowland, and Linda on the East Coast. You've had those tornadoes and some awful storms. I have the window shade open. I don't know why I even have my light on because I probably don't need it because it's sunny and it's pretty. And I've had the door open, but it's not been real warm. You know, it's one of those. I'm one of those people that I'll have the door open, but I also have a heater on. But that's the way it goes. Yeah. So tonight I have two stories, and it's interesting the stories that I have after I'd chosen them and put together the opening video. I was kind of scanning through YouTube, and I came across Boca Bushido's new video today, Carlos, our friend Carlos. And it was just such a dovetail with the stories that I am reading tonight, especially the first one. And it was just one of those things like, man, that just tells me that this was the story that I needed to have for tonight. And that is good. It's about a lot about what we say to ourselves and what we hear others say and how we bring that in, and also just all that kind of things that go on in our heads sometimes. It's been a kind of a quiet day for me. I had best intentions to get out to the studio and do several things, but I didn't, and it's okay. And that's okay. It's to have that kind of. But I got some of this, so I hope you're going to enjoy tonight's stories. I think you will. The first one is called "Your Mind Is Like the Sky," and it's by Bronwen, Ballard, and Laura Carlin. Yeah, I'm glad you guys have have just watched Carlos's. It's just he really does tend to nail it so well in what he does. And so this first book tonight is the illustrator in this book used acrylic, pastels, watercolor, chalk, and colored pencil. And if you see, just even looking at the cover right there, that you can see how much is in the detail of the cover alone, all the little things like the little monkey. You know, we talk about our monkey mind where it goes off and squirrels about this and that. But what I love here, if you look at it, the face of the child is kind of almost just an illusion in the illustration. Let me see if I can get it, darken it a little bit so you guys see it a little better. Anyway, it's just barely, barely there. It reminded me a bit of Tamara's art when of the goddess that is always kind of in the background in that face, but this face looking up. So this is the first book, and it's called "Your Mind Is Like the Sky," a first book of mindfulness by Bronwen Ballard, and illustrations by Laura Carlin. And look at the building blocks here. Your mind is like the sky. Sometimes it's clear and blue. Sometimes it's fizzy and stormy and black and crackly. Often it's just a bit gray. Your thoughts are like the clouds. Nice, white, fluffy cloud thoughts like, look what I can do, or I love to ride my bike, or that was a good day. And darker, meaner Raincloud thoughts like, I'm not good at this, or I'll never get this right, or even, I'm useless. Thoughts come and go for all of us, all of the time. Half the time, they've been and gone before we really even noticed. The trouble with Raincloud thoughts is that they're dark, else seem dark too. Without you even noticing, they can make you feel angry or jumpy or sad and confused. So what do we do about rain clouds? You could go exploring. Some people go right inside their rain cloud thoughts and rummage around. They think if they can get right to the bottom of their rain cloud thought, they can figure out how to get rid of it. The problem is when you're inside a rain cloud, the cloud looks really, really big, and it's hard to see anything else. You could try fighting, but as you'll know, if you've ever fought a rain cloud, all that happens is you get a bit wet. You could pretend the rain cloud isn't even there. You could skip about and laugh and tell everyone how happy you are. Sometimes this works and the rain cloud floats off, but it's a big dark rain cloud thought, and it's probably be best to put on your rain boots. Or you could try this clever trick. When a rain cloud thought comes into your head, you say, "Oh, it's a rain cloud thought." And then you notice all the white, fluffy cloud thoughts as well. You notice the blueness of the sky and the tweeting of the birds. You remember that the rain cloud thought is just one thought among hundreds and thousands of your thoughts. And you can just let the rain cloud thought float gently away. The trick is to see the whole sky. It takes a bit of practice inside your head. But if you just stop every now and then, you'll begin to notice that there are big shouting thoughts and little whispering ones, fast racing thoughts and gentle creeping ones, and that you can choose which thoughts to pay attention to. Your mind is like the sky. It's full of thoughts of different shapes, sizes, and colors. It's full of amazing things. I love this. Note for grown up readers, she has. I love this, that knew that there would be grown up readers. Mindfulness is a way of paying attention to your thoughts kindly and without judgment. When we're mindful, we begin to notice that although our thoughts often seem like the truth, they are really just thoughts, and we don't always have to follow where they lead. As with any skill, it takes regular practice to make mindfulness a habit. But the rewards are a huge protection from anxiety and depression, improved memory and attention, greater levels of happiness, and many more. We can begin at any time just by gently noticing our thoughts and feelings. As parents and carers, we can help by talking about what is in our minds. And children seem to find this more natural than we do. Here are some ideas to try with your child or with yourself, I think, if you would like to experiment with being more mindful at home. So every now and then, take a moment to notice what is going on in your head, heart, and body. You can sit down and close your eyes to do this, or you can do it while you're cleaning your teeth or taking a walk. Anything which doesn't require too much concentration. All you have to do is notice your thoughts and feelings in a way which is kind and accepting. Is your mind clear and blue or stormy and crackly? Are there lots of thoughts fizzing about in there, or is it moving slowly? Have your thoughts been like that all day, or have they just suddenly changed? Whatever you find is fine. Isn't it amazing how different thoughts can be? Notice any fluffy cloud thoughts. I like this one. Humans have evolved to notice the negative more than the positive. This keeps us safe in many ways, but it also means our good thoughts tend to drift off without us even noticing them. This is a shame because positive feelings aren't just nice. They are good for our health and our relationships. So when you notice a positive thought, pay attention to it. Where did it come from? How does it make you feel? Watch those feelings travel around your body and let yourself enjoy them. And then notice any Raincloud thoughts. We all have more difficult thoughts from time to time. If we try to ignore or solve them, they can expand and become overwhelming. Instead of diving into a Raincloud thought, begin by noticing it is there. Is it a big dark thought or just a small gray one? Have you seen it before or is it new? What sort of feelings does it bring with it? Remember that this thought won't be there forever. We don't have the power to banish our children's Raincloud thoughts or our own, but we can let them and ourselves know that sadness comes and goes, that they are stronger than they think, and that no matter what, we love them and ourselves. I'm adding that in, my own little add-in to that. So that was Your Mind is Like the Sky by Bronwen. Bronwen, what was her last name? Your Mind is Like the Sky by Bronwen Ballard. That's right. Yay. All right. I'm glad you guys like that. I love working with mixed media. Yeah. Another gal I know said, I missed her, and I'm sorry you got hit. Oh, you had 120 kilometers per hour winds? Oh my gosh, Tamara, that's crazy. This Saturday, we're going to my sister's for my grandniece's graduation party, high school graduation party. And we're supposed to just get like 30-mile-an-hour gusts in the afternoon. And we're taking that. It's going to be outdoor. And it's supposed to be 91, I think, at her house in Eastern Washington. So it's going to be warm. We're going to be outside. But the winds will gust up and the canopy will go flying. So we're bringing our tent weights that I use when I do shows for her. But 120, oh, that's just crazy. I'm glad you liked the book. Yeah, it is a book in one. And the next one that I have for you guys is another one. It's about, it's kind of what I've learned is that, we never stop learning. And by never stopping learning, always learning new things and trying new things and being a student and a student and a student is the way that we keep vital and we keep going and we keep interested and it's how I get rid of those Raincloud thoughts by doing more things and trying more things and not being afraid and not worrying about it. I figure I'm ahead of the game if I learn anything new. And even if I don't do it well, it's okay. I learned something new or I tried something. And that's okay. That's just being out here and giving things a try and giving things a go and learning is what keeps me going and what keeps us vital. And what keeps my mind going and keeps those gray rain clouds moving on, just moving on through. So the next book I have for you is another one, a little bit different, but it's about being that never-ending learner. How Do You Know What You Know by Noah Jones and illustrated by Reiley. Oh, I spelled his name wrong on my description. Oops. I'll have to go back and fix that. So this one does not tell me what the illustrations are. You can kind of take a look and make a guess. I'm not sure. They might be done digitally. I don't know. How Do You Know What You Know by Noah Jones and illustrated by Reiley. Pull this up here. The first day of snow, my dad asked me, "Would you like to amble?" He already knew that my answer was going to be yes. Amble means to walk. It comes from the Latin word ambulare. Most of the words we use come from other words. My dad taught me that. I love to amble around the neighborhood with my dad. First, we packed some snacks and filled a thermos with hot cider. Thermos means hot in Greek. Dad folded the napkins into swans just for fun. How did you learn to do that? My mother taught me. It's called origami. She also taught me to make time for things that make people smile, even if they have no other purpose. Where does snow come from? Sometimes snow comes from snow. It melts into the river, then becomes clouds, and then freezes and falls again. Who taught you that? My high school science teacher, Mrs. Che. Your shoelace is undone. Loop to loop and follow through. Who taught you that? My grandfather. You mean Grandpa? My grandfather is your great-grandfather. What else did he teach you? that just as the sky has no limits, there is an endless amount of kindness, compassion, and joy inside every being. Like when the magician pulls scarves out of a hat? Yes, and even more. It's immeasurable. The word kind comes from an Old English word that means nature, because kindness is part of nature. What does namaskar mean? It means I bow to you in Sanskrit. You say it when you see a person who you respect. Namaskar, namaskar. Who taught you that? My professor who came from India. Don't eat yellow snow. Who taught you that? My own common sense. I have 5 senses. Maybe common sense is when you put them all together? Is that their mommy? Yes, it's a whole lineage. What's a lineage? It's when people or animals are connected by their families or by what they do. Am I in your lineage? Yes, you are. Mom, our parents, your great-grandparents, and so on. But also our teachers and their teachers and their teachers before them. We are connected by their wisdom and knowledge. How do you know which bus to take? Your mother guided me. Did you ever get lost? I did, and then I found my way. What does that say? Om. What does it mean? Oh, it is a word that means everything. Does it even mean caterpillar? Yes. Even hot chocolate with whipped cream? Yes. Even monkey butts? Yes. Who taught you about Om? I'll show you. This is my teacher. Namaskar. Namaskar. Who was your teacher? That is a very good question. I am a student who is a student, who is a student of a student, 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 of a student of this Buddha. I see. So you are in the lineage of the Buddha? Yes. Who was Buddha's teacher? His compassion was his teacher. Compassion is immeasurable. It certainly is. Could he tie his shoes? He didn't wear shoes. Did he know not to eat yellow snow? Naturally. Did he know that languages come from other languages? He knew that everything comes from something. Like Om? Yes, like Om. The author's note. I like to make bright so I can see this a little. The Buddha asked very good questions. He found some answers that worked for him. But he never said that they were the only answers. He invited those who followed him to keep asking questions, not to take everything at face value. Asking questions can uncover. Hang on, this is too small for me to read. I got to make it bigger. There we go. Uncover interesting and surprising stories of how something came to be known or practiced. I encourage the students at the Middle Way School to develop the habit of inquiry, and I invite our teachers to always name their own teachers, even if the lesson is about spelling or math. My own seventh grade teacher, Mr. Griffin, taught me how to do algebra, a word that comes from the Arabic word al-jabar, which means rejoining of broken parts. There are other ways to do equations, but the way Mr. Griffin taught me seems to serve me well, and so this is the way I teach. Lineage is important in every facet of life. Knowing where things like our drinking water and our clothes come from is important information. It leads to a sense of connection and a feeling of accountability. It's also important to know where our ideas and opinions come from so that we are not swayed by hidden agendas. Lineage also connects us with the past, with a healthy appreciation for those who came before us. We can honor their contributions to our lives. It's considered particularly important in contemplative and spiritual traditions not to take for granted the teachings that lead to a more fulfilling life. And not to take for granted the teachings that lead to a more fulfilling life. And by asking questions, we can have agency over what we decide to continue and what traditions have served their purpose. Most children are naturally curious. My hope is that this story models respectful inquiry and helps children see the value in questioning where things and ideas come from, as well as an appreciation for how that knowledge came to them, so that they can be actively engaged in a more just and harmonious future. Oh, I love that. Yes. Close that. There we go. Ah. It's namaskar. Yeah, is like namaste. It's namaskar. And it's with an N. I know, I looked it up too. It's just a different language of saying namaste, the same kind of. So it was really, it's wonderful. I love that because that bit about a student is a student. And then the whole part about, I love that at the end that the author talked about that always encouraged their students and teachers to always name the teacher of who they learned something from. I thought that's pretty cool. That's a really interesting way to do it. Same in a way. Yes. Anyway, you guys, those are my 2 books for tonight. It's just, those were kind of the ones they, and if you heard Carlos's video today, you saw how well they fit. I mean, it was so funny. I had already posted that I wanted to do this and that this was the one that I was doing and had chosen him and done my video. And then he posts his, and then I saw another post note from him and it was like, yeah, it just fit. It seemed to be the message of the day for me. So everybody, thanks for being here. And I hope these stories brought you a little bit of joy and filled your bucket to some degree and gave you food for thought in some way. And maybe, yeah. I like the one, especially about your mind is like the sky, because boy, there's been some cloudy, dark, cloudy thoughts and running through my head a few times in the past couple weeks, and this is a good way to think about them and saying, okay, there you are. Thank you. Let's deal. Time to go on your way. I'm going to put my rain boots on and put up an umbrella and still go outside. Just because it's raining and cloudy doesn't mean that I can't go out. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed both of those. And, we are the never-ending student that we are, learning something new. And I will be back on Sunday evening with more stories and hopefully some of your art. Send it in. I'm working on another watering can for them. I painted one black, and now I'm doing a night scene on my stuff. So we'll see how that does. I've managed to spill paint all over my paint pants and do a whole bunch of things. So it's been kind of crazy, but it's been fun. And I want to just thank you for being here for, if it wasn't for coming here to read these stories and to share these picture books with you guys, I would have missed out on these 2 books. And I think that would have, I would have missed out. I really would have missed out on something. And for that, I thank you guys for being there so that I can be here for you guys. And until next time, everybody, take care and keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around you, but the first place you'll find it is when you go look in the mirror. See you next time, bucket fillers.
In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds. Feeling alright, we won't go home, we will just stay here downtown.
Hey,
there's not just stars on the boulevard.
How are you?
They're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards. I just need you by my side. We could be shameless, famous, running cool, with a love that leaves us weightless. Ooh, drop dead gorgeous, wow. Ooh,
Did the sound cut out that last part? I wonder. Might have. Huh. I wonder if I have a scene that is muted. I could have. I wasn't paying attention. Yammering.
you blow my mind, looking like a model, better than the usual. Yeah, you don't even try, not average or typical. I put you on a pedestal. There's not just stars on the boulevard. They're in the light in your eyes.
Oh, there's Roy.
Oh, we don't need no black cards. I just need you by my side. We could be shameless, famous, running cool, with a love that